Jones.
Diolch, Dipwr Llywydd. I'm pleased to be co-sponsoring this motion before us today, and I thank David Melding for bringing about this debate, which is very important. It is unacceptable that Wales is the only home nation without a specialist paediatric rheumatology service or a dedicated multidisciplinary team. As a result, children in Wales who suffer from juvenile idiopathic arthritis, JSLE, vasculitis, juvenile idiopathic osteoporosis, fibromyalgia and around 200 other conditions are left without specialist care. Thousands of children from across South Wales are forced to rely on a substandard service provided part-time by an adult rheumatology specialist without the backup of nurse specialists, physios and occupational therapists. And some children have to travel to Bristol or Birmingham for treatment. Last week, at an event to highlight this issue, I met an incredibly brave young lady who suffers from juvenile idiopathic arthritis. Amy is 8 years old and brought home to me the real challenges she and her family face as a result of her condition, and the fact that when the current rheumatologist retires in just a few years, she will have no specialist care. Amy has spent the majority of her young life in pain with stiff and swollen joints. Her arthritis has limited her childhood, as she is often unable to do the things that many young people take for granted. When this happens, Amy uses a wheelchair. Her father, Darren, explains she is sometimes teased or even bullied in school when she uses her chair. Her condition has had an impact on her education, as she has had to miss school on occasions, and it has affected the rest of the family. Without proper treatment, there is a risk she could develop lifelong disabilities. So this disease is not only robbing Amy of her childhood, but could also impact or limit her adulthood. Despite all of this, she continues to brighten the world with a smile. Amy, unfortunately, is not alone. There are hundreds of children in South Wales living with this terrible autoimmune condition for which there is no cure. These young people in the disease remission, preserving normal development and minimising the risk of lifelong disability. NHS England states that there should be one consultant paediatric rheumatologist, 2 nurse specialists, 1 physiotherapist and 1 occupational therapist for every 1 million people. We have around 2 million people living in South Wales, yet we have a quarter whole-time equivalent adult rheumatologist without a formal clinical network or multidisciplinary team. This is unacceptable. We are letting down Amy and thousands of children like her. I urge my fellow Assembly members to join us in calling for the Welsh Government to deliver a full multidisciplinary paediatric rheumatology service in South Wales and to improve the provision of services in North Wales. We owe it to Amy, we owe it to thousands of children suffering from rheumatic conditions, and we owe it to those children yet to receive a diagnosis. Please support this motion. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr.